Hey everyone, and welcome to day 3 of what I'm hoping is the last week of our Faith at Home lockdown devotions. This week we're working through the book of Jonah together, and I'm hoping you've read chapter 3. And I'm just going to kind of point out a couple of things that I noticed as I was reading, and I hope that that is a helpful thing for you. So Jonah's been spewed out. Love that. He's been spewed out of the giant fish, and he's gone to Nineveh. And we're going to see if he can get it right this time. Now, he's got to preach to Nineveh. What kind of things would you expect him to be preaching? Well, you might think that he would use words like forgiveness, or that God is a compassionate God and gracious and slow to anger, and that he'll take you back if you repent and if you change your ways. Like, this is kind of, we might think about love and grace and point towards a good God. Well, here is Jonahs' sermon to the Ninevites. It says, 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. Now, this is funny, I think, on 3 levels. The first thing is that in the Hebrew, this is only 5 words. So Jonah's grand, epic announcement to the Ninevites is 5 words in the Hebrew. It feels a little bit half-hearted, doesn't it? It still kind of thinks that he's dragging his feet along a little bit and isn't really wanting to do what God has called him to do. I wonder if you and I ever kind of live out our lives of faith slightly half-heartedly at times. The second reason I think this passage is funny is because of the response. Because despite Jonah's half-heartedness, like, the people just go nuts for it. They absolutely do everything right. They repent. It says that even the cows repented, that they were part of the national sort of crying out for forgiveness and seeking new life in God. So no one acts in this story as they're meant to. They're doing the complete opposite of what Jonah had wanted. Even the cows repent. In fact, if you look at the last verse of Jonah, you get a little chuckle in day 4 as well. Sorry, I'm Bible nerding out. Right, the third thing that is funny in this is this word overthrown. So Jonah meant it, I think, in kind of, if you guys, 40 more days, God is just going to overthrow all of this. Like, it's not going to be a rock standing the right way. He's just going to wreck your entire city and destroy you. But overthrown in the Hebrew has 2 meanings. It can mean that, but it can also mean like this inner change, like a change of heart. And what's funny is, although Jonah preached this in kind of the negative sense, God takes that message and just turns it over the other way. And they repent. They have this kind of change of heart, and they give up their evil ways and their violence, it says. And so I wonder, if there's times that we do things half-heartedly, but I also wonder how God uses us despite of our own weakness, that actually within our weakness, God can do incredible things. This is not a story about a Bible hero. This is a story about the goodness and faithfulness of God. And so why don't you spend some time today worshipping him together and seeking him and just praising him for how good and gracious and compassionate and loving he is.